I'm not lying to you. I've been trying, but you done play me like a fool.
Last night, right? You know what I mean? I got off work. Now, mind you, I worked a 16-hour shift last night. 16 hours, right? Now, this is not nothing new. I always work 16-hour shifts. But in this particular case, this was about the second, third shift of just 16 hours straight. And I got home, I took a shower, whatever, you know, I'm, winding down, ready to go to sleep. And I get in my bed, I go to sleep, and I couldn't go to sleep. I genuinely couldn't go to sleep. I was sitting there like, this. And the number one thing I was thinking about while trying to go to sleep was like money. I couldn't go to sleep. I swear, people think I'm joking when I say I work 16 hours a day. I don't work 16 hours every day, but I literally work damn near like 16 hours a day almost. Like literally, like out of 2 weeks, I work 12. There's 14 days in 2 weeks. I work 12 days out of the 14 days, 2 weeks, because 2-week check, bi-weekly check, whatever. And out of those 12 days that I work, out of those those 2 weeks, I'm at least working like 6, 7, 12-hour shifts. So that's a lot. Now, a normal person will be able to go to sleep, right? But me, on the other hand, I can't go to sleep. And I was just saying, I kept thinking about money. I could not go to sleep because I kept thinking about money. And the number one thing that was bothering me is money and the fact that I had to listen to somebody. Now, I just made a recent video talking about Boss. This is just a Nike running shirt, by the way. This is just something light because I'm about to go to the gym. But I was thinking to myself, like, I'm sitting here listening to somebody, right? And I'm making good money for my age. I'm making good money. But I'm listening to somebody, and it's not even enough money for me, at least. Like I said, at least me. I want to be making like a lot of money, like a lot of money. I think every dude, every man should be working at least minimum 60 hours a week. 40 hours a week right now is just not going to cut it. Especially if you're under 25, you should be working a lot because you have a lot of energy. Like me, you should have a lot of energy to the point where like you cannot go to sleep, just like me. And you should be working like all the time. And what I mean by I actually rephrase that. I take that back. I think you should be working 80 hours a week. Now, when I mean by working 80 hours a week, I mean that it does not have to be just you going to work and then that counts towards your 80 hours. It should be, okay, you work 16 hours this day, you work this day 12 hours or whatever, right? This is all going towards the 80 hours. The work. Now, outside of work, you doing this, your business, you doing the YouTube channel, you doing whatever you want to do, right? Whatever. That's still going toward the 80 hours. I genuinely believe you should work 80 hours a week. I genuinely believe that because I don't know, man. This is how I really think. I don't party. And this is not me trying to brag or nothing. I'm just trying to explain to you niggas. I don't party, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I know, I'm not trying to sound cool. I'm just saying. But when you don't do these things, when you don't talk to girls, when you don't like have any distractions in front of you, you tend to like look for something that can, basically occupy your time. So if I'm not working, I'm going to the gym. If I'm not going to the gym, I'm making a video. Now I know I haven't posted, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I mean? But I do other things besides this too. But the point I'm trying to make is that you should be basically working all the time. I genuinely believe that. I believe you should be working 80 hours a week. You shouldn't have no time to be talking to girls. Well, I don't want to make this too extreme. Obviously, you can talk to girls. I talk to girls too sometimes. But I think the number one thing is to eliminate as many distractions as possible. What I mean by eliminating distractions, going to parties, hanging out with your friends, hanging out with the wrong friends, hanging around with girls, this and that. Because what happens is In every single thing, people tend to bend their rules, right? So let's say your rule was like, okay, I'm gonna work 80 hours a week. Or I'll put it in perspective like this. Let's say you got up for work at 8 o'clock, you went to work at 9, you got off at 5, you went to the gym at 7, or you went to the gym at 6 to 7:30, you got home at 8:30, you took a shower or whatever, and you say, you know what, from 9 to 12, I'm gonna work on, I don't know, this business, or I'm gonna work on this clothing brand, or I'm gonna work on this YouTube channel, or I'm gonna work on school, or whatever you were gonna do after work, right? Or after the gym. I feel like this is when these things come into play. And what I mean by come into play in these things is the distractions. This girl hits you up, hey, do you want to hang out? Now, majority of niggas, even me, this happens to me. A girl hits you up 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It could be anything. And, oh, well, from 9 to 12, I was going to do this and that. I was going to be productive, but now, okay, I'm going to go hang out with this girl. And then your mind tells you to do it because in your head you had a productive day because you went to work, you went to gym. Okay, let me reward myself. And I understand that here and there, but when you're doing it on a consistent basis, I don't think that's good. Now, the reason why I'm saying you should try to eliminate as many distractions as possible because it gives you a less chance to get distracted. You see what I'm saying? So when you like how yesterday, like I don't have any distractions. I don't have to worry about a girl. I don't have to worry about a kid. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. The only thing that's going through my mind right now is making money and how can I like get out of this situation. And what's so crazy is that like I'm not even in a bad situation, but in my mind it's a bad situation because I'm not where I want to be at. So this is where I want to be at, but I'm right here. Now right here is not bad to most people, but to me it's bad. I want to be right here. Does that make sense? So I'm always thinking about like how can I get to a bigger, how can I get to a bigger, bigger things in life. Now, I think the only way you're gonna be able to do that is if you cut out distractions. Think about all the people that are rich right now. How often do they work? Think about Elon Musk. Think about his work ethic. You ever seen those videos where that video where he was talking about like he's working 80, 90 hours a week? And I'm not saying this because I heard this from him. This is just genuinely how I am. People think this is extreme. I think working a job your whole entire life for 30 years is extreme. I think that's extreme. That's the crazy part. Like, you work this much and this and that and this. You should have fun. And I genuinely believe like you gotta choose your extreme. What's extreme to you? Is working 16, 24 hours extreme, or is you working a job that you hate, or not even a job that you hate, just a job in general for 30 years straight, 40 years straight? You barely have enough money to take care of yourself or your kids. You still living paycheck to paycheck 40 years later, and it's just a bad situation. What's extreme, that or this? I think that's more extreme than working 16 hours a day. And when I mean by working 16 hours a day, I'm not talking about you working a 9 to 5, just in general. I'm talking about work-related stuff. You folding your clothes when it comes out the laundry is not productive to me. To me, like, that's not productive. Like, who cares about that? No one cares about that. Cooking is not productive to me. I'm talking about literal work that is literally beneficial to you in an income way. I think that's, basically what I'm trying to get at is that, yeah, it's intense, bro. It's intense, but think about all the people that work, that's successful. Do you think that the people that are successful, and I mean by like self-made successful, I'm talking about like people that, I'm not talking about people that just went into the studio, made one-hit wonders, and like the nigga that made the Panda song or just whatever. I'm talking about people that started a business, people that worked to save up some money to start this or this and that. Do you think these people are not working every day? Do you think those people weren't working every day? That's just how life is. Life is evolved around work. So you got to just get used to it. Yeah, you can have fun. I have fun still. to me though, I get to the point where like work is my fun. I don't have anything else besides just working, doing this, doing other stuff. I always think, what could I do even more? Cause like, I'm scared that I'll get 30 years old and like I'm gonna look back from 20 to 30 and I didn't do shit. That's like, I'm scared. Like that's what like puts fear into me. Every year pass by and like I get even more scared because like I'm not where I want to be at. I'm acting like I'm 30, 40 years old, but that's how you have to act. You have to act like you're 30 or 40 years old. Like fuck, imagine if you had 3 kids right now, 4 kids right now. You got to take care of them. You have $2,000 in rent. You got $500, $600. You got to pay for the car and the car insurance. You got to pay gas. You got to pay food. You got to pay all this and health insurance, this and that, oil change, tires. The fact that that can happen already stresses me out. And the fact that I mean, I probably would be able to pay for it, but I would have to work just how I'm working right now. But I would be living paycheck to paycheck. I would be able to afford it, I'm not gonna lie. But I would have to be working a lot, which is my point. But the point I'm trying to make is you don't want to have to work that much to just survive. You want to work to like go beyond that. Does that make sense? So me working 16 hours right now, I mean, you know, it's cool right now, but I don't want to work 16 hours, you know, because I have to. Does that make sense? I want to work 16 hours because, like, you know, I have nothing else to do. Like, I don't have to work 16 hours, but I choose to work 16 hours. Right now, it's I have to. I really don't have to, but in my mind, I have to because, I mean, what else am I going to do right now? You know what I mean? So at this time right now, you have a lot of energy. You have a lot of... Look at it like this. You're 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You live with your parents. They're not making you pay that much rent. I think you should try to take the most advantage. Every day should be a taken advantage of. There should be no distractions at all. There should be no girlfriend calling you every fucking day, going to sleep on FaceTimes and this and that, and you going out to Korean barbecue and fucking boiling crabs and shit like that. That shit is cool. I'm not saying don't do that shit, but it should be very minimal. Like, I'm talking about like once, twice max a week. Because all your time should be dedicated to whatever you have to do. That's how life is, man. I don't make the rules. That's just how life is right now. Everything is going up. Everything is expensive. It's not a joke. Everything should be taken seriously. This is not a game. This is not being funny. This is not... It's serious, bro. It's really serious. It's very, very serious, bro. Maybe at the end of the year I might start a Patreon, because y'all niggas gotta start paying for this, bro. This should not be free advice. Or just not even free advice. This should not even be just a free session of just yapping. A free yap sesh. You niggas have to start paying for this, bro. At least a couple dollars. At least $5 a month, something, bro. Because this shit is like... If I heard a nigga telling me this, like, I would like be motivated. Let me show you niggas something. This is what I show everybody right here. Look.